All right, try that one. All right, we did. We looking real. All right, there you go.
Is this better?
I think you good. Okay, let me move this. Let me try see which one is sound better. All right, now say something.
Yes. Is this better?
Oh, that's excellent. There we go. There we
Okay.
go. We MGM now. We MGM
Okay.
now. Sis.
All right. Thank you. So let me start again. I'm Malika Tama Cooper. I'm the owner and operator of Dresden Heads Natural Hair Care Center, right in Baltimore City. Uh, I am also the founder of the Exodus Tour, and I am the founder of Happy Nappy Day Poets in the Park. And we've been doing it for 23 years now. And what I do is I like 80s and 90s nostalgia. And what I do is I go back and I get some of those folks who shaped my youth and I bring them for a free concert. Yes, totally free concert at Gwynn Oak Park every year. This brother Kwame is the latest of the ones to grace the stage. Last year we had Chef Rock. The year before that, Mr. Cheeks. The year before that, Brand Nubian. The year before that, Poor Righteous Teachers. You name it, I bring them to Gwynn Oak Park for us to have a day outside of the concrete jungle and just put your feet in some grass, sit down with family, forget about all your woes, and listen to some 90s nostalgia. So this year, thanks to Chef Rock, I went and gave a phone call to Brother Kwame, and he decided to come all the way from California to bring himself right here to Baltimore to grace our stage this coming Sunday from 1 to 7. He's going to go on at 3 p.m. We're going to have probably about 50 vendors in the park. We're going to have black folk feeding black folk in the park. We have vendors, food trucks, all black owned and operated for the 23rd annual Happy Nappy Day Poets in the Park.
That's what I'm talking about. So
Right.
Sid, let me ask you a question.
Dollars matter.
When when you like you say you like to get to the 80s and the 90s, to remember the childhood,
Right.
and remember your experiences. You know, right now they our generation is taking back over the airways as it relates to
Absolutely.
this hip hop thing. And I don't want to put, old against the young and the now against yesterday and all that, but it's really, really vibing right now. So
Yeah.
sis, you're right on the pulse right now. But I
Right.
want to ask you, and I'm gonna get to Kwame real quick. I want to ask you, sis, what made you say, because you always surprise me. You always
Right.
surprise me. I was
Right.
telling my wife, I was like, she got Kwame?
Yes.
I,
Everybody
I
is asking me that.
This is Kwame, sis. I
Yes.
don't know how your brain works. I don't know how your
Right.
brain works, but you always bring our giants and you remind us this
Right.
is a giant, brother.
Right.
I mean, sis, how your brain work to say this year, Kwame? You didn't brought Mr. Cheeks. You didn't brought.
Gil Scott Heron.
How, can you just give me that so I can bring brother in real quick? Well, how
Yeah.
does that work? I
Well,
need a piece of that. I need to be a promoter.
I I just need to remind folk where we came from. Sometimes we get this what I call convenient amnesia, and we're listening to the music of today. I would like the music of today if I could understand it, but I remember a love song. Only you can make me do the things that I do.
Hey,
What?
that's a Baltimore classic. You are
Right.
that's a
I still pump it today. I
one
still
more
pump
time.
it in the car today. That's a love song right there. That is not let's get nasty and get in the bed kind of thing. That is a love song right there. That's the proper way to get me. You
Hey,
know, when you say
I had to
only
bring
you,
him in. I had to
yeah,
bring him in this.
yeah, and then they say to me, you got polka dot Kwame? I'm like, yes. They say, bet I'm gonna be there. So
Hey, look,
definitely,
I'm sorry to cut your wisdom, sis, but I'm gonna tell you. Do you know that that is a Baltimore club classic? When that
absolutely.
on, when that came on, because we got to have our own thing here, Baltimore club
Right.
music.
Right.
One of the only songs that universally accepted that could survive next to Baltimore club music.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That and 45 King,
It-
that and 40, that was it. Could
yeah.
never survive next to Baltimore club music. One more time, hit it. Oh,
Yeah.
brother Kwame, welcome to Morris Brown TV. I wish we could have did this at night, but we're gonna rerun this tonight because my audience usually around at night when they, we're a little older now. We don't go to the club. We come home and watch Morris Brown TV. But nonetheless, welcome, brother Kwame. How you doing, brother?
I'm great. Peace, peace, peace. How are you, brother?
Hey, brother, I'm doing great. I feel like I'm feeling honored. I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling in such a way where everybody gonna say, "Oh man, why you glazing?" They say glazing around here, whatever that means. Why you glazing, Kwame? You got Kwame on there. Then you had last year we had, I think it was Chubb Rock on here.
Yeah,
Then we
right.
had, oh, now you got Kwame. Man, listen, brother. Let me give you. I ain't gonna give you no flowers and all that, but I'm gonna give. I ain't giving no man no flowers, but I'm gonna give that you are due, brother. There was a time where you had us all die in the front of our hair.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
You know that, brother? Brother, I put my head and burnt my scalp right there. I was like, "Bro, I didn't know how you do it. I ain't, we from the hood. I ain't know that you gotta go get that done. I figured that you put a little bleach up it. Man, my scalp was burnt. I owe you one for that one. Oh,
Trust me, I burnt my own scalp. Don't worry about it. We in company.
so brother,
I wish I would have had Malika's products back then. Then I would have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd have hooked you up. But look at me now.
Yeah, trust me, we got the same hairstyle.
so
Right.
brother Kwame, some unbreakable say Kwame still looks young. That means he's doing something right. Brother
Right.
Kwame, what have you been up to?
Well, for those that that don't follow me or anything for the forever, I'm a producer. I produced so many different people. Anywhere from the Mary J. Blige's to the 50 Cents to the artists on my label Vivian Green to even pop acts like a Will Smith or Christina Aguilera, or I do movie film music for films and television. So for the most part, I've been doing that. But there is a new album coming out, so I'm definitely want to talk about that as well. But yeah, I've just been touring. I've just been having fun, man. Just living life and enjoying every minute of it.
Now, in this age of social media and podcasting, many artists now, it's unfortunate. I'm starting to hear many artists are charging these astronomical fees for interviews and all that type of thing. Would you be doing the original rounds to do interviews to promote your product as you would do back in the day when you did your radio runs and things like that? Would you do that? Because
Oh,
it's the
no, no,
news
no.
now. They like charge astronomical fees just
I
to do
think
interviews.
this is my philosophy. I can't speak for anybody else. I feel like everybody's first and foremost thing is everything is about getting the bag, getting the bag, getting the bag, and they don't even understand what's in the bag. Um, they just want the bag, and
Right.
and for me, it's about talking to the people. It's about being able to reach people, touch people, and explain to them what I'm trying to express, and just be able to have conversations and stuff like that. So I don't. That's for free. You know what I'm saying? I think that people have lost that art. A conversation is free. I think that people are you got artists that show up to award shows and they get paid to literally get an award, to be there, to sit in the front row and get an award, and people don't understand it. This is at the same time, on the flip side of what I'm saying, this is a business. And a lot of artists have taken that extremely seriously. And if you want me on your platform, if my presence can help build your platform, what can your platform do for my present? So I understand where the quid pro quo comes from. But at the end of the day, talking to people is free, man. Like now, if you're asking me to get on a plane and you're asking me to drive somewhere and spend money to be on a podcast and spend time and practically risk my life at 30,000 feet in the air, you're gonna have to pay me. I'm sorry, that don't make no sense. But or at least pay something, some sort of expense, something. You know, give me some buffalo wings. I don't know. Um, but I don't even eat but that. But I'm saying, but
I,
I'm just
I
saying,
get the point.
you know what I'm saying? You gotta take it case by case. But I don't think everything should be about how much somebody is paying you. I don't think that at all. Especially if you're utilizing your talents and your experience and your skill for a specific thing, somebody should give you some sort of compensation for that.
So let me tell you this. I'm the most unorthodox interviewer on the planet. I'm not trained in this thing.
Good. No, no, I appreciate that.
I talk from experience and what I know and what I experience. And I have experienced your music. But one thing that I've always experienced, which I'm not a fashionista. Brother, you have kept the swag going for over 30
Absolutely.
years.
The
Brother,
polka dot.
hey, hold on. How you this I was going through. I know a lot about you. I'm hip hop to the bone. You know what I
All
mean?
right.
To the bone. So I know a whole bunch about. I don't even need to go and do no research to even ask any questions. So I went on your Instagram and I was like, man, this guy's still swagged out today because
You know
I'm
what?
I'm seeing
I'm
him.
gonna give you some. I'm gonna give you
Go,
some
bro.
old school. I'm gonna give you some old school stuff that's always stuck with me from the beginning. My mother, my grandmothers, especially my grandmothers. My grandmothers were super swagged out. Um, I got one grandfather. He just didn't care. He stopped getting stylish from 1972. He stopped. He just he. But my mother and my grandmothers always said to me, "You always got to represent yourself when you go out because you represent us, and
Right.
you never know who knows us. So you can't be out here in the street looking crazy because you could be Madeline's grandson. You know what I'm saying? And that was a thing that always stuck with me. And then one of my grandmothers was like, "You can get hit by a bus tomorrow, and if you get hit by a bus, you want to look good on that ground. You don't want to be." I'm like, "Yo, why you want me to get hit by a bus?" I'm saying, like, you can't be out here looking raggedy. If you get hit by a bus, you want to be looking. I'm like, all right. So these is my hit by a bus clothes. Like, I guess I don't know.
So, brother. Now I know, but for the people that don't know, I know that you have produced, as you said, Mary J. Blige, Will Smith, and so many people thought that when we don't see somebody in front of the camera and we don't see somebody on the front stage, many people think like, oh, that old school thing. They fell off. But brother, you never stopped working. Do you feel the pressure? Because you're about to come out with an album now. Do you feel the pressure where people feel that you have stepped back when you really didn't step back and now you reintroduce yourself and sort of to a generation that haven't heard you bless the mic in some time? Do you feel the pressure of that?
Well, no. And the reason why is when you create art, right? And art is subjective. Art is not supposed to be for everybody, and everybody's not supposed to love art. Um, and that's the best art. When somebody has a opinion about it. When you create art, you should come from a space of just wanting to create. You know what I'm saying? So for a long period of time, when I was writing songs for other people and producing songs for other people, that's the art. That was something that I really wanted to do, that I've always produced myself. So I always just wanted to do that. And I never had the desire to do another album. I had it in the back of my mind, but I never had it in the forefront because the desire to make another album for me was for the wrong reason.
Right.
It was, I didn't want to make an album to say I'm making a comeback. Number one, that's the worst thing that I could be doing, because once you start thinking like that, you start moving a little different. So I didn't want to say I wanted to make a comeback. I never wanted to say I want to run with these kids and do the music that they're doing. And three, I don't need that kind of attention. So what made me decide to make a new album was mainly there's a whole generation of us that I feel is being left out.
Come on, brother.
There's a whole generation of us that came up on a kind of music and a kind of vibe and a kind of a culture that corporations are trying to erase. And they're doing everything that they can to erase our culture and put in place this counterculture when it comes to sex, violence, drugs, whatever it is. It's like they're forcing this counterculture without any kind of balance. And so for me, it was like, I want to make an album now because I know I can. I have all the resources. I have a label, I have a studio. I still write, I still produce. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna dust the mic off, or I'm gonna dust my MPC off. I do this every day. There's not a day that's gone by since 1989 that I don't record and I don't make something and I don't create something. So it's not like I'm rusty in any kind of way. It's just I haven't put it out publicly. So then it was like, you know what? This is for the first time I'm making music just because I want to. I don't have any thoughts in my head about like, oh, it's going to be platinum. Oh, I'm going to get a Grammy. Oh, I'm going to go on tour. I don't have none of those thoughts. It's just like expressing myself, putting it out there, and then just letting the people see it. And if you rock with it, you rock with it. If you don't, you don't. And that's what art is about, And I'm not trying to compete with this one or that one or this kid. Like, I don't like when older rappers try to compete with the kids. Like, yo, let the kids eat at the kids' table, and let the adults eat at the adults' table, and let us adults tell stories and have concepts in the records that we can relate to as people of a certain age and people of a certain generation. And that's the type of music that I'm trying to make. Like Sister Malika said, like Only You was a love song.
Yes,
Nobody
absolutely.
makes love songs anymore. They make smash songs. It's like, so if I'm in love with somebody, or if I have a family, or if I have a family dynamic, why can't I make a record about that?
Right.
Or things that I'm going through as a man of my age, it's like, let me make records about that. And at the same time, let me let people understand that I can still spit like anybody else. Like, so
For sure.
it's all that and above, like it or not, it just is what it is.
So when you get into your creative bag in this era, because I done heard MC Light new joints. I've
Yep.
heard I've heard who else? Public Enemy. I think they dropped something new. I've
Yep.
heard I've heard who else? Who dropped?
LL
Rakim.
had something new. Rakim.
LL killing it with oh my goodness, he killing it on that little Eminem track. I don't mean
Yeah,
little
yeah.
Eminem. He killing it on that. So when you go in your creative bag, we expect the swag that you gave us because it really was before its time for real. When you go back and listen to your wordplay and your rhyme structure, it really was before its time. And like that same rhyme structure and wordplay can be used right now. Do
Yeah, yeah.
you? I don't even think you need to upgrade it. But are you going in your bag to play with the lyrics and play with the wordplay and structure as it was really competitive back then? Today's music is not as
100
competitive.
100%. This album, I'm in my lyrical bag,
Woo!
because and the reason why I'm saying that is I can safely say that. I can safely stand confident in that. Um the thing, now I'm not gonna say problem. The thing is, my if you understand my body of work, you know, because I see the comments going up and down, and I don't focus on negative, but somebody was just like, Kwame only got one song. I don't know what you're talking about, but
Right.
That's the only
but
people right that been under a rock, man. We gonna
no,
get them
no,
up.
but no, that's not. It's.
We
I'm
gonna
not.
get
I don't want to focus on that. I'm not focusing. What I'm trying to say is, when I made my first album, I was 16 years old, right? And my only concern in life was to let people understand how lyrical I am, let people understand how well I can tell a story, let people understand how well I can make a beat. That was my focus. And it wasn't about a record for the radio. It wasn't even about a record for the clubs. If a club played it, if not, I couldn't see past lyrics, dope beats, dope concepts, and dress and fly. Those are my things that I wanted to convey in my first album. And after my first album, when I made records like Only You and One of the Big Boys and other songs in that vein, I'm now sitting at a record label and an A&R is telling me we need a radio record, we need a club record, we need something for girls to dance to, and which is fine. I can do all of that, but that's a different focus. So on this album, I'm back to the same focus I had when I was 16. Rhymes, beats, concepts, and making sure I look good when I do it. you know, and it's laser focused on that. And I'm in my producer bag, I'm in my lyrical bag, I'm in my storytelling bag, and there's no like this is pure. If I was a chef, this is my version of my pure hip hop. It's simply that. I'm not trying to, there ain't no auto tune on it. There ain't no extra this, extra that. It's none of that. It's just like pure. If you like Kwame music, it is pure Kwame style hip hop. That's the best way I can put it.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. So there's a story, right? Because I study this stuff. I just study in my spare time. I love to just learn. And so I've studied some of your background as it relates to music, brother. So you tell the story about how you went into the studio for the first time.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm saying this is because I know some young brothers, especially in Baltimore, where they got bars for days, but maybe they're missing the part of the confidence to go in a studio and not have somebody tell them what they want to produce for them and go into their bag and say, I got this James Brown beat. That's what's your story. I got this instrumental. I got this. And you kind of blocked it all together. However you call, I forget the word that you used, but you pieced it all together and came up with your own style.
Yeah.
Can you speak on that a little bit? And I want to speak on that for the generation that goes into a studio and someone knows that they're vulnerable and they say, well, I want you to rap like this. I want you to talk on this beat. And the beat is all dark, gloomy. Then we got a whole generation of dark, gloomy music. Can you speak on that, brother?
Well, first and foremost, I consider myself, for lack of a better term, I'm a master at manifesting. So as a kid, or even now as an adult, I know what I want before I get it. I see it. I can mentally touch it at all times. So when I was a kid, I only had 8 hours to come up with something in the studio. And when I knew that I had the 8 hours, I wrote as many songs in my rhyme book as I possibly could. I knew what records I wanted to sample. I knew exactly how I wanted to sample them. I knew where I wanted to put everything. So when I walked into the studio, I was just like, yo, set me up. Set me up, walk out the room and let me do what I got to do. Because I came here for business. I got 8 hours. It was literally midnight on Christmas to 8 o'clock in the morning. And 1988. and I went into this studio and I knocked out, I would say, 6 of the 8 songs that are on my first album. So I was in there like, ain't no playing around, and luckily back in those days there was no distractions, there was no social media, there wasn't no like random girlfriend showing up in the studio. I'm 15 years old. I'm like, I ain't got no time for none of that. All I got time for is making an album. Now, granted, I don't think everybody can do that. I don't think anybody can just go in there and do it. I think looking back on it, it was like more of a divine order, or me being able to be blessed with that skill. But I do think there is an importance of producers and people producing an artist and directing them in the right direction. But that's the point. It has to be the right direction that the artist is being produced and directed in. Because I don't think anybody could just come in there and rock out. And nowadays, and I'm not trying to come down on anybody for this, but I work with all types of artists. And nowadays a rapper will come in and they need to smoke, they need to drink, they sit on Instagram and TikTok. The beat gotta play for like 5 hours before they can come up with anything. And they think the smoking and the drinking is loosening them up to be creative. But what it is it's really holding them back for the most part. Now I don't understand. I can understand you partake a little bit just to get your vibe, but you can't smoke out for 8 hours. And these young artists, not even young anymore, just artists. There's a lot of artists in general. You look at the greatest artists, period. You look at the greatest artists, period. Even if they had a period where they smoke and they drank, they will tell you without a shadow of a doubt, walking into a studio with a clear mind and a clear conscience will get the greatest results done. Period.
Right.
Period. And there'll be a time where they may have gotten on some substances and then things start to get shaky. And then once they get off and they get back to being clear, that work comes out. So for me, luckily, thank God, I've always been clear in those in my studio sessions, and especially that first one you're referring to. Like once my focus is on, once my laser gets turned on, it ain't turning off, and I'm like, I'm trying to go at everybody's neck, just as far as just not
That
even
was
not competition, focus and output and work. Like even when I do shows, I know some artists, they gotta drink a whole bottle of something before they get on stage. Yo, if you did that to me, I would literally, you might as well just call the ambulance in the coroner, because I just die, because it's just not gonna work for me. And for me, I just like to know what I'm doing. I like to know what I'm very, very, sometimes to a fault. I'm just very business focused when it comes to that kind of stuff.
and let me say, when I say competition, I'm speaking up from a perspective from the creative competition of the 80s and the 90s, where we had hip hop that nothing ever sounded the same. That if
Yeah.
you bought, and when you put your tape in, you can let it play from start to finish. And then when you took that out and you put somebody else in, they were so competitive to be original. They were so competitive to be unique. I mean, when you look at your music and you look at people like Houdini. Let's take Houdini for example. Man, these beats and these productions that y'all was putting together, man. Run DMC, even before they got super big, these productions. I mean, even today can make some of this stuff we hear today just seem like they were lost in time back before y'all. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm about competition. Now, with that being said, one thing that's also missing out of the music. Let me thank my family in harm's way. Morse Royal TV got hip hop royalty level gas. Now, I tell you, thank you so much. That's how I consider it too, family. Thank you for the appreciation in the super chat. Really appreciate you. One thing that's also missing out of the music is uh, everybody would drop a few jewels, even if you
Yeah.
didn't know it, even if you didn't know it, even if you caught it later. You would drop a few jewels, and all of the artists would drop a few jewels. Are you still implementing that type of hip hop?
Let's be clear. I build on every record. Let's be all the way clear.
Uh,
I build on every record, every single song. I do. I build.
yeah,
Period. So y'all, if y'all know what I'm saying, y'all know what I'm saying.
yeah. With the saying they say, the slick conscious said, with understood don't have to be explained.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I build all the time.
They don't understand that language. They don't understand that
Well,
language today.
they
We
they need
understand
to.
what
They need
building
to.
means.
They
We
need to
understand what building means. Yes, they do.
because you want to go. We can go there for a second. Most of us destroy. We don't build. So
Right.
most of the new hip hop is destroyed. And you got to have build and destroy. So I got to make sure that I build every time that I speak. Every time that I speak, I have to make sure I build. And so even if it sounds like one of my first records that's coming out, I'm doing a little teaser right now, and I use some of the old like nursery slang that we used to do when we was kids. Like the hook is like Miss Mary Mack all dressed in black, Gucci buttons all down her back. Like I say some of those things, and you may think I'm about to give you a silly song, and I may touch on some. I'm a naturally quirky dude anyway, so I'm gonna touch on those quirkiness, and I'm gonna do me. But in the middle, if you read in between any of my lines, I'm building. And I hope people catch it. I don't try to hide it. I don't try to mask it in any way. I try to give it to you, but I try to give it to you on a nice
Think you
on a
encourage them
nice
to think.
place. I don't want to be like all extra with it, because I think there are certain artists that's their thing. Their thing is to be, very deep and extra with how they build. But for me, I do it more in a softer way, more in a
Man,
quirky.
you served the plate up nicely, brother. Let's call
Yeah,
it what
yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, but
You give the medicine. You give the medicine that tastes like Kool-Aid, but it ain't the Kool-Aid. But
yeah, yeah,
nice.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
down, brother. That's
That's building right there. That's building right there.
That's
Yep.
one of the things that I do on Morris World TV. Most people would think that the audience of Morris World TV is on this more super conscious, I'm preaching into your face. But now we're talking about a culture that was lost, and we're talking about those that is snatching the culture from us. And we want to implement and revisit the culture that raised us, that made us strong, that made us who we were. And that's what Morris World TV is dedicated to. Question, brother. Um, Someone asked, they said, will you hook up with, what did it say, Tasha? Somebody said, did you,
Tasha.
Tasha, for give her some shine? What it says, let me read it.
She was
It's,
dope.
There's a thing on the album where the whole original group, because my group was called A New Beginning, and I was Tasha, my DJ Tap Money, A Sharp. So there's something on the album where they're all there. Um, is there like a Only You Part Two with Tasha singing? No. But there is a part of the album where everybody shows up and does something for sure.
okay, yeah, yeah. Keep it like that. Let them go get the album and see what they show up and do. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking. So this weekend, Happy Nappy in the Park. What can we expect? Can we
Happy
expect?
Nappy Day, Poets in the Park, because he
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a lyrical poet.
Let her clarify. Come on, sis. See,
Yes, and let me correct it. It
don't
used
cut
to
my
be two.
don't cut my thing short.
Yeah, it used to be two separate shows. It used to be Happy Nappy Day, and then I would bring Poets in the Park. And I found the same people came to both shows. So why have double the expense? So I put it together. So it's Happy Nappy Day and Poets in the Park. We have a stage where you're going to meet Kwame, some of Baltimore's local poets that are phenomenal. It's open mic. It starts at 1. And I'm quite sure you might even find some new folk to take under your wing. But we're going to have some really nice poets coming out to perform.
Dope.
So,
So what can we expect from our brother Kwame? Now it might be hot. Last time, every year, it can get a little bit warm out here, but can we expect you to heat it up in the way that we used to?
Yo, look, I don't play on stage. I'm just real clear about that. I don't when I get on stage, I'm about my business. So but this is what I tell you that you can't expect. I need the people to come prepared to have a great time. I need them to come prepared to be ready to hear some classic hip hop. I may bring some people on stage, so I need people to be prepared to, if they know they old school dances, they need to be prepared for that. And it's just an inclusive thing. I include the audience with my stuff, with my performance. So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't when I get on stage, don't be all the way in the back. Come up to the front and let's have a great time and let's rock out.
Indeed, indeed. I don't know what just happened to my camera. They did jack my camera up, but y'all can still hear me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this park, right? This a huge park right here. And it's Sister Malika. She always pack it out. Always pack it out. Sister Malika, will you be doing the 2-step with the for you demonstration?
well, what you don't know, brother, what you don't know is I am a classically trained African dance and drum. I've been doing African dance and drum since I was little, so I might have to jump up there. But the knee is a little old now, but I'm gonna see what I can do, a modified version. I'll get up there and do a little something, something. But yeah.
Sister Malika, you be demonstrating a whole bunch. You
I
got it
know, I
going
know.
on.
Don't let the bald head fool you.
So brother, before we wrap up here, because I know you got to get a flight, but before we wrap up here, I just want to know that do you have any collaborations on your upcoming other than your old crew from back in the day? Do you have any other collaboration, or do you anticipate to have any collaborations in the future?
No, the album is done. I have a certain thought about that. There is one collaboration. I do have a record with Vivian Green. Um
I
and
love
that's
her.
and the only reason why she's on I tease her. The only reason why she's on the album because I sampled something of hers, and so I had to give her the credit as a collab. But and then I had her come sing it over. But I haven't had an album out in like 25 years. So at this point, if I haven't had a record out in 25 years, I need to show people what I'm doing. And I don't need to have it all mushed together with a bunch of guests. It's like, I think it's cool when people have those collabs, but I think people use those collabs to get people to listen to their stuff. Hey man, if you're gonna listen to my stuff, you're gonna listen to it. I'm trying to give you quality music, and I'm not trying to share that stage at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to reintroduce, and I think there's little things here and there, and I definitely will be utilizing collabs, but in a different kind of way that people are not going to probably expect, and it's more in a visual, like with my videos, because I'm gonna put out a lot of videos for this album. Um, so,
Man, this is gonna
but
be
as
crazy.
far as like other rappers and all that kind of stuff, no, I'm not. I didn't. Let me explain my process of making this album.
This is gonna be crazy.
This is the process for me making the album. I never told anybody that I was going to make an album, right? I have a whole family in my house, and I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 4:30 in the morning, while everybody's asleep. I come downstairs, I work out, I record, and by the time everybody wakes up, it's business as usual. A few months go by, and next thing you know, it's like, yo, here goes a album. You know what I'm saying? I did not want to tell anybody. I I'm here to announce arrivals. I'm not here to announce announcements. You understand
Right.
if you understand what I'm saying? I
Mm.
announce arrivals. So me trying to ask for features, and like sometimes rappers will take a whole year to give you a 16 bars, or a singer will take forever, or somebody will turn in something that's trash. I didn't have the time for that. I was focused on the concept that I was focused on, and that's how the album came about. It wasn't about any of the fanfare. It was just about me trying to express the different stories and things that I was trying to tell. So that's why it didn't fit for the features like that. Maybe the next one, but this particular one did not fit for features.
Let me. I got a few more questions. Uh, 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 who do you, if you will go into your listening bag, who do Kwame listen to today?
Everybody I listen to, for the most part, does not live on this earth anymore. That's just the truth.
Right, right,
Outside of Stevie Wonder.
right.
Stevie Wonder catch a listen every single day. But I listen to a very mixed bag of music. Like seriously, one day it could be all Stevie Wonder, another day could be all Prince, the other day it could be all MF Doom, the other day it could be all John Coltrane, Miles Davis, Nancy Wilson, like uh, my record
I
collection.
love Nancy. Yes.
Yeah, my record collection and my listening collection is not focused on one thing. The only
What about the
main
monk? What about the monk? What about the monk?
Thelonious Monk, of
Yes.
course.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely, and that's my father's influence. My father listened to a lot of heavy jazz, and so that influences me. Like I put on some jazz, I put on some real classic, straight ahead jazz. I'm charged. That thing will charge me all the way up. I don't need because I know that the things that I listen to are the ingredients of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
So I could play James Brown. Don't let me
All
play
day.
James Brown on the highway. I'm getting a speeding ticket. I'm like, James Brown,
Yes.
come on. I'm like, ah!
Yes.
I start spazzing out. So, like
I,
a lot
I
of,
woke up this morning to Who Mr. Kayla.
yep, see, there you go.
See, we on
Like,
the same page. We on the same
yeah,
page.
I I will go in my bag of artists, and it'll be like I feel sorry for whoever get in the car with me because they can hear. They'll be hearing anything. They'll get in the car one day and it'll be the Beatles playing. They'll be like, "The hell are you playing?" I'm like, "I'm playing the
Mm-hmm.
Beatles." It
Mm-hmm.
could be anything. So there's no one, but my holy trinity of albums is Innovision's Talking Book, Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. That's my trinity, and I got to play them three albums together. Um,
Mm.
because those albums just musically and lyrically go so deep for me. They spark inspiration in so many different ways. And also Love Supreme, John Coltrane sparks so much things within me. And
Alice Coltrane wasn't no slouch
oh no,
either.
Alice was a monster.
Yes. Yes.
Like come on. Yeah, man. So those records speak to me, and you don't want to know why they really speak to me, the older records, is because I don't have that experience.
Right.
A newer record, any record from 1989 on out, I can tell you exactly how it was made. I have that experience. Whether I was in the studio or not, I can listen to a record and know exactly what they used, exactly what keyboard they used, how it was made, blah blah blah. So those anything from 90 and up don't do anything for me. Like lyrically, they don't. They don't inspire me in any kind of way. And it's nothing against those artists, but I know what you did. So it's like watching the magicians and you know exactly how they do their tricks.
You know the
You're
trick.
not you're not impressed by no magician because if you know how to do it. But anything before I was born, when they had to really figure it out and understand how to make these records go, even down to records like Michael Jackson records, like where I listen to Off the Wall and I listen to like or Don't Stop Till You Get Enough or those particular records, and I listen to how that engineer Bruce Whedon and Quincy Jones mastered that record. That's amazing to me because I know that they had limited resources to make maximum potential. And and I listen to those Motown records and I know it's extra limited resources. I listen to Ella Fitzgerald. I know that she had to go into the studio with a group of talented musicians and get it right the first time. Ain't no playing games. Ain't no auto tune. Ain't no punching in and chopping and editing. You had to get it right the first time. So when I'm hearing Ray Charles or Ella or Etta James or James Brown, I'm like literally hearing a master class, master musicians recording. No tricks, no gimmicks, no nothing. Master musicians. So you're not gonna tell me ain't nobody out now that's doing that can give me that. So I
Right.
gotta listen, I gotta study, I gotta do my knowledge, and I study that. I study those records all the
Can
time.
can can I just say you sent my sound guy on uh 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 a hunt for two turntables, two actual turntables in the last 24 hours because you just let us know that you don't want the engineered music. You want the records, the two turntables that you're going to be spinning out there
Well,
at
I
Happy
gotta
Nappy
give you a disclaimer. That's my old ass DJ, man. He can't,
Day.
he don't progress with the times, man. I'm like, yo, man, why you got him looking for these turntables when you can use like I do like some technology when it makes it easier. And but I do understand where my DJ is coming from, and I'm kind of like that too.
It's
He
authenticity. We
yeah,
got it. We got it.
because he's gonna be DJing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he's gonna show y'all
Woo!
DJ skills.
Right.
And there's a part of my show where I give him that time where he's literally gonna show
Man, Kwame, stop.
skills.
Yes,
And
authenticity. That's what I'm talking
yeah,
about at
and
Happy Nappy Day. The
yeah,
nostalgia of
yeah,
pulling it out of the sleeve and
yeah.
putting it back on the sleeve and taking your cloth and cleaning the records and putting them in the crates. And don't touch my albums. Don't touch my albums. That type
But
of
see,
thing.
this is the issue. This is the
This
issue.
gonna be crazy. Woo!
This is the issue when we do things like this in the summertime, and I've had this many times. I performed on stages where it's been 90, 100, 110 degrees, and I've literally watched records melt
Melt.
all over
Mm-hmm.
the turntable. Like
Mm-hmm.
literally melt. As you're performing, the records start going like this, and the music. So I don't have a problem with running your music through a computer and you know and I know my DJ he incorporates both, but he requires those Technique 1200s,
Mm-hmm.
500-pound turntables, and he wants to go in. He wants to
Well,
go
we
in.
found them. We
All right,
found them.
perfect. So I'm glad because I know that the two sound people were talking, and I was like, let
Mhm.
me stay out of this. Just have my mic right.
So, Kwame, do you still arrange and produce your music that you putting on this album? Or do you
Yeah,
or you
yeah.
you're the you're
I am an artist producer. You know what I'm
right,
saying? That's my instrument. It's like asking John Coltrane did somebody else play the sax for him.
right.
Like nah, like no
Woo!
one's gonna make no beats for me. It's just not gonna happen because that's my instrument. Now if my beats get whack, blame me. You know what I'm saying? If my rhymes get whack, blame me. Those are my instruments. Nobody played the guitar for Prince. Prince played the guitar for himself
He
till he
played it
died.
all.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So that's and I think a lot of people, a lot of rappers, that's what they do. They look for producers, they look for beats, and that's great, and it works for them. For me, that does not work. What works for me is I have to make the beat, make the song, and then rhyme over it. That's the only way it works for me. Because I'm rapping to you, I'm giving you a song from the inside out. I'm literally giving you everything when I do it that way. And so yeah, man, there's never gonna be a time that I didn't produce the song. It's just not gonna happen. I'll quit.
What rapper did you listen to or MC did you listen to coming up to get you inspired? Because you went at 16, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was talking to youth yesterday, and I know they inspired off of one another. And considering the music that we hear today, we can kind of see why it reproduces or breed itself, because they inspired off one another, as opposed to you are inspired of those that came before you, but also who inspired you as a lyricist of those that was with you.
Well, some are rappers and some aren't. So I would say my makeup, my DNA makeup is Slick Rick,
Woo!
Dana
Mhm.
Dane,
Mhm.
the storytelling, and
The griot
just
of it all.
the whole swag of it all. That's 100% Rick, Dana, and their whole crew is called the Kango Crew. And these are people that are super close to me. So it's like it trips me out now knowing that the people that I practically idolized as a kid, as a 14 year old kid, are people that embrace me now. So you got Rick and Dane, you got Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane, I feel like, is like the big brother I never had. And his influence, Rakim's influence. But then there's a jazz singer named King Pleasure. King Pleasure is an extreme influence on me. And if you listen to King's Pleasure, like my favorite song ever is a song called Moody's Mood for Love by King Pleasure and James Moody. The way he's singing, he's flowing. He's not like singing. He's like like he's rhyming practically. And that is a heavy, heavy influence on me. It's always been. So like I said, G and Cool G Rap for sure.
Yes.
And the cool thing about G Rap is like he's a kid from my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody that is just been around and heavily influential. And I'm pretty sure G Rap has influenced generations of rappers, but for me, it's like a firsthand influence because he's right there, and he was a person I would look up to as a little kid. So G Rap, Kane, Rick, Dana, Rakim, King Pleasure. I think those are, and Prince. Prince.
Yes.
100% Prince. Just the musicianship, the production, the creativeness, um, and we're both around the same height. So, um, so those are my 7 influences.
Man, that's amazing, bro. Because that's amazing because like I said, man, I'm straight with it with back in the day, creating memories with hip hop. And so everyone you name, I got a memory with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
I knew
yeah,
where I was at with the song. I knew what I was doing with a song. I knew where I was at when it dropped. I remember, especially Kane, ain't no half stepping. I know exactly what I was doing. I know
yep,
how I played it over and over just so I can learn every lyric. And so when it came on, I could be cool talking and acting
yep,
like Kane. So yeah, very, very, very. That's a rich bag right there. That's a
yeah.
rich bag right there.
And I gotta include Morris Day from the
And the
time.
time.
Oh,
Hmm.
that swag is
I would say
untouchable.
the swag is Morris Day,
The
but the
swag.
musicianship is Prince. Because I ain't gonna go outside looking like Prince. So just imagine if Morris Day did, which he pretty much did. Prince was writing and producing those records, but the swag of Morris Day with the musicianship of Prince. That's my super influence right there.
Indeed, indeed. Anything you want to add, Sister Maleka, before brother get out of here?
For me, for me,
Yes, sir. Anything you
yeah.
want to add?
Um, Let me just reiterate that it is going down this Sunday, July the 13th, from 1 to 7 p.m., Gwynn Oak Park. All information can be found at www.happynappyday.com or poetsinthepark.com. Kwame goes on at 3 o'clock. We're still looking for vendors. We want you to come out and be a part of the show. It is free, free, free to the public. Bring your children because, of course, Kwame is a very clean rapper, very nostalgic rapper. So you can bring your children. You can bring grandma. You can bring whomever you want. Bring your own tables, tents, and chairs, and sit out and be prepared for just a day of food, fun, family, vendors. Brother Tahark is going to be there broadcasting live like he was last year. And I'm asking everybody to please go onto your social media and share it because, just like he said before, I like to pack out the entire park. Gwynn Oak Park was a park that we weren't even allowed to be in. So I make it a point to go back there every year for the last 23 years. And I have Happy Nappy Day Poets in the Park. It is the way that we used to have the old Baltimore City fairs was everything was free. I have no sponsorship whatsoever, no sponsorship. And so I do all of this off the cuff. You can ask Brother Kwame every time a vending fee come in, I pay him. So, and he's getting it in bits and pieces because it's all off the cuff. It's all about us. It is our Happy Nappy Day, our Poets in the Park, a place for us to showcase our talent to us and for us to feed us and for us to watch each other's children. It is, I make absolutely not 1 cent off of the entire event, but I like doing this for my people. It's our way of giving back. So, Kwame, I look forward to picking you up from the airport at 9 a.m. on
Yeah.
Sunday. I look forward to you gracing the stage at Happy Nappy Day Poets in the Park. You're the last of the list of long standing nostalgic people who have come. I brought people. I gave Gil Scott Heron his last United States performance before he passed away.
Yeah.
You're following up the last poets. You're following up Brand Nubian. You're following up Poor Righteous Teachers, Curtis Blow, Bone Crusher. All of these people have come out and performed, and we are so happy to have add you to the list. So, thanks
Thank you.
again, and thank you, Brother Taharka, for giving us this time and your platform to share this with everybody. So, um, I just invite everybody to share this and just come out and pack the park. And in 23 years, we've never had not one incident. Not one incident. It's a beautiful thing because it's all about family. It's about family. And when, like you said before, when you step outside, you're not only representing yourself, you're representing your family. And that's what we do.
Yeah. Yep.
Indeed. And family, for all of y'all Morswell TV citizens, you know good and well, I pride myself about the grassroots. I challenge the people that acting as if they're grassroots, but really they're up in their high and mighty places and they're looking down and calling themselves the grassroots. So family, if you are a part of the true community, the building blocks of our community that has that this generation today is on the shoulders of, but sometimes they don't acknowledge that. If you are part of those building blocks, bring your children, bring your grandchildren. Come on out there. Get some of that unhealthy food that you didn't put on your body. Shake it off, dance it off. Get some of that. Drink some water. Come out there, drink some water. Come out there, see me all hoop and holler. I'm gonna be phased up. You know how I do, and I'm gonna be turned up. And come out there and show our brother Kwame, that you appreciate that he is doing that which we need to be done. Because if we don't show appreciation, then what's the whole point? We cry all the time. I'm sorry, let me get on my soapbox, family. We cry all the time. I don't know what this music is. And I love my brothers, my young brothers that are ambitious and making music today in the best way that they can and the best understanding that they know how to. However,
Yep.
you hear a lot of crying. We don't this music. Well, okay, here you go. Kwame putting out an album. What you gonna do? What you gonna
Right,
do?
right.
Putting out an album. What you gonna do? Don't be sitting around crying and talking about all of this music of the day, the NBAs, the Lord Dirks. Don't be doing all that because that's their music. That's what they come up to. That's what they vibe to. Our music is something that we can transfer into that generation, our generation with us today. So come on out, the Nappy in the Park, Poets in the Park. You know, Happy Nappy, Poets in the Park. Come on out, family, and spend some time with us. And don't only spend some time, as Sister Malika said, that she is 100% not dealing with a whole bunch of sponsors.
There
None
is not one.
whatsoever. The only sponsors is those who choose to come and vend. So come and vend, and when you come, support the vendors so we can keep this going on. It's just an exchange. It's not a profit being made, it's an exchange being made. So come on out here and spend some time with us. The
Can,
time is
can
the
I
time.
ask one question, please? One
Uh,
question, please. Kwame,
Yes.
did you sing that love song to me?
no,
Only me.
Kwame,
You were
don't do
talking
that to
about
me.
me. Was you talking about me?
But
No,
no, but
I'm gonna sing. Wait till the show. I'm gonna bring you on stage. I'm gonna
Okay.
sing it right
Because
directly to you.
I thought that song was made just for me, only me.
It was. It was. Somebody. I couldn't reach you, so I had to make a record.
Thank you so much. That just made my day. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I can die and go to heaven now. Thank you.
don't be creeping in the brother inbox. He got that's the new thing now. All in my DM.
I knew he made it for me. I knew he made it for me.
Yep.
He
That's
did.
what that means.
I went out and bought a polka
So,
dot dress.
There you go.
so much. Sister Malika has opened up my world to uh, um something that I really desire to get involved in and what she's involved in, and that is making sure that our giants continue to be seen in our communities where our communities may have felt as though like what happened to such and such. Every time she brings somebody, I'm like, wow, now I know the
Mhm.
brother been producing. I know that what the brother been doing because I always go back and check. But for those who don't, you have to congratulate our sister that always dig into that bag and say, "Now here you go."
Mhm.
Brother gotta go,
Can I
brother.
make
You
a, Can
gotta
I make a statement about that though?
absolutely.
Quick statement. We can. As soon as we need to figure something out, we want to find out what's going on with the Diddy trial. We'll go on Google. We
Come
want to
on,
find out. We want to find out when the latest Jordans is coming out. We go on Google. We want to find out when this movie's coming out or what Trump said or didn't say. We go on Google. We go on Instagram. We go on TikTok. We look for all the crap we want to look for. But the first question we always ask is whatever happened to this artist or whatever happened to that artist. Yo, the same way you can search for what Puff did, you can search and find out what Big Daddy Kane is doing. You know what I'm saying? You can search and find out that what Rakim is doing. Like I just made a post. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Kwame Vision, right? My latest post is every day I go on these jogs and I sometimes I just come up with these random thoughts. And so I posted like, yo, everybody's complaining about the new music and they don't want to call the new music real hip hop, and they go, whatever happened to real hip hop? And then I just listed every classic rapper, MC, that has
my
an album out right now. You know, they've been promoting these albums. Some are bigger than others. Like a LL, you're gonna know he got a record out because there's Eminem's on the record. But there's so many artists that got albums out right now that You should never have to ask whatever happened to this kind of hip hop when this kind of hip hop is existing and thriving. And it's up to you to go search it out. It's like saying, I need a certain color sheets for my bed. I'm gonna go. I want a certain type of sheet for my bed. So I'm gonna go to Target, I'm going to Walmart, I'm going wherever, and I'm gonna search for it and I'm gonna get it because that's what I want. So if you really want this kind of hip hop, if you really want this kind of music, go look for it. It's free. You ain't even got to get out your car. You just get on your phone and look for it. It's right there. And a lot of people in the comments is like, yo, I didn't know MC Light had an album out. I didn't know Rakim had an album out. You know, I didn't know that you know, Kwame is putting an album out, you know, and now you do. You know, all you got to do is look. Whatever, any rapper, any artist that comes to your mind, just Google their name and you find out exactly what's going. It takes 5 seconds, you know?
That's what I do. That's what I do. And I tell you what, I'm subscribed to Rock the Bells Radio on Sirius FM. I'm gonna give
Me
them a shout.
too. Me
Yeah.
too.
Rock the Bells Radio all day. Shout out to
Yeah,
L.
absolutely.
So if you want the information, even if like Kwame ready to drop an album, they'll be mentioning Kwame, and Kwame don't even know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
They keep it a whole stack. So family, make sure you support our giants so our giants can continue to deliver us the goods. Anything you want to say in closing, brother?
No, just everybody show up on Sunday. Show up for the whole event. I should be getting on around like Sister Malika said, around 3. Show up for the event. Support the vendors. You know what I'm saying? I you know, I hope you come to see me, but support the local businesses. That's what's important. You know, every other ethnic community, their dollar circulates throughout their community 10 times before it leaves the community. Our dollar circulates not even 1 time before it leaves the community. So we have to put that in perspective, and we got to understand that when we see people that look like us, we need to support that business, and we need to have that dollar circulate throughout the community. And I think that's very important. So come get some good food. Come get some bad food.
No, only
Do
good.
whatever you
Only
got to
good.
do.
Hey, let me say this, Kwame. Let me say this, and thank you, Sister Malika, because y'all two have inspired me. This has been a nice flowing interview, a nice easy interview, and I love easy interviews. Some of them interviews where people can't talk, that this is just difficult sometimes. But this is just a nice interview, and I'm inspired to make sure that we keep this going, brother. Can I get you back here when you drop your album, bro?
Of course. Of course.
And we're gonna
100%.
do it at this time. I'm gonna build up this time slot right here because my audience is usually at night. I'm gonna build up this time slot right here called Live with the GS, and I would love to bring you back. And
but I could come, I could come back at night. It's just today I couldn't. Today is not a good time for
So
that.
you can
But
come back on this evening. Let's do it.
no, not tonight.
No, don't play with
I'm on a
me.
plane tonight. I'm on a
Okay.
plane tonight.
Uh-huh.
But what I'm saying is the album, and I never even said this to anybody. This is the first time me saying this. As of now, the album is scheduled for August 30th.
okay,
So that gives you the time frame. You know what I'm saying? So as of now, wait, I'll even tell you even because I'm just
here we go. Thank you, Sister Malika. We about to get turned up in here.
I'm already excited. I got my pen and paper out right now. I'm ready.
So my album is distributed by Universal Music, Universal Virgin. So everybody's doing it the corporate way. So for now, I'm just giving this. These are loose dates. We didn't solidify the dates, but the loose date is on the 8th is when I announced the album for pre-order, right? And I'm gonna release my first video and song off of that album on the 8th. I've been teasing the song all this time, but August 8th is when I'm gonna tell everybody. Then August 22nd, I'm gonna put out another video and a song, and lead up to the album for August 30th, August 29th. All right. So if you want to do the 8th, the 22nd, or the 29th, let me know.
Hold up.
Got it. I got it.
29th of
I
August.
got it. I got it written down, brother. Kaharka.
And I'm reading it because I got an email from Universal like right before we started. So I'm seeing these dates are like we're trying to make these dates work now.
And we can do it right on Morris World TV. Look at that. Look at God.
Absolutely, brother. And I'm telling you, I so much have been looking for this day, because I remember a time when I was like, man, they just will not even push. They will not even push a KRS-One anymore. They will not even push. I was like, but now with this social media and these platforms that you can build on your own, now it's
like James Brown said, don't wait for nobody to open the door.
Right.
Do it yourself.
Do it myself. Absolutely.
So let my brother get on his flight, brother. I look forward to seeing you. And before you hit the stage, catch a brief interview, maybe catch one after. Family, come on out to Happy Nappy Poets in the Park. Meet my brother. My brother say he gonna turn it up. I'm gonna be there turned up. Sister Malika gonna be there turned up. And I hope I see you there turned up also. Appreciate you, my brother. Salute.
Peace.
Thank you so much, Sister Malika. Talk to you
You're
soon.
welcome.
Right,
he sang that song for me. He sang it for me. Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Later.
Thank you. Peace.
Bye.